The move happens. The move that low-key should not have been, dragged out this long because it went exactly as I thought it was going to go. It went exactly as you guys thought it was going to go. We re-signed TJ Watt, and not only do we re-sign him, we make him the highest paid non-quarterback in the league. So essentially, TJ Watt got exactly what he was asking for. I don't know the guarantees. I don't know if that's been, released, but I'm hoping we guarantee TJ Watt all of the money possible because this is a $1 billion organization. TJ Watt, and we are one of the best organizations in football. We are an all-time team. If, you can hate on the Steelers now, you can think we're, Mickey Mouse now, the quarterback thing, the Mike Tomlin hasn't won a playoff game in a while, and we just lose in the first round as a unit. The Killer Bees, Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, Big Ben, we can get off all these jokes and blah, 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 blah. We are one of the greatest organizations to ever play NFL football. We are a top, at the very least, and Steelers fans, just, calm down. I got you. But at the very least, we are a top 5 team in NFL history. And now we all know that we are higher than 5. We are higher than 4. We are probably higher than 3. If we're being honest, there's what are you going to say? The Patriots, the Chiefs, maybe the Cowboys, these are the teams, the Packers, these are the teams that are the 49ers too, maybe. But these are the teams that we're in here with, these are the teams that get talked about with us. We're not, with a bunch of other teams. We're not with the Titans. We're not with, I'm always slandering the Titans, man. I'm not gonna lie, but we're not with these other organizations. We are one of the best ever. Our history is crazy. We probably have the craziest history ever in terms of players throughout the legacy. We've probably had. And the peaks too, when we're peaking, we have 10 to 11 total Hall of Famers on a team at one time. You look back to the 70s Steelers teams, you look back to the, early 2000s Steelers teams, where we had our little runs. You look at those teams and we are stacked top to bottom. It's not just one guy's doing it. It's not just there's 2 people here, 2 people there. No, we are front to back are loaded. So we have a crazy lineage. And all of that to say, TJ Watt is one of the best players to ever do it for this specific team. And so you know what that means? If TJ Watt was a player on, one of those Mickey Mouse teams that I mentioned earlier, if he was drafted from one of them and his career goes exactly how it goes for the Pittsburgh Steelers, he is all-time great. He is the best player to ever play for some of these organizations, right? And we just happen to have him. He's up there with Mean Joe Green and Troy Polamalu and just this Mel Blount, this lineage of players that have played for the team. Franco Harris, we just have the craziest things. And TJ Watt is up there with them. So you put him on one of these other organizations and he is not living up to, he is living up to it. He is not, in the top 3 of them. He is the best player to ever play for a lot of teams. So of course we are going to re-sign TJ Watt. And with that said as well, I definitely want to get off the point that there were a lot of people not really in on re-signing TJ Watt. I don't want it to be lost. What's up, Karth? I don't know how long you've been here. Sorry. Maybe you just said that. But I'm kind of just, getting my shit off here. I don't know, once again, to me, it's a no-brainer to re-sign TJ Watt. So arguments against re-signing him weren't even real. That to me, that can't even be a possible thought to come out of the brain. But I don't want it to be forgotten that there were those thoughts being put on the Twitter, on the YouTube, on the social media, in the comments. A large majority of people, I shouldn't say a large, maybe not even a large, but a loud majority of people were saying that we should trade TJ Watt and we shouldn't re-sign him and it's too much money. And if we want to win, which I think is even crazier, if we want to win, we were supposed to get rid of TJ Watt. That to me makes no sense in the world, but hey, some people think like that. And so I don't want it to be forgotten that, that happened. But it went exactly as it was supposed to go. Let me get some milk. It went exactly as it's supposed to go. We were supposed to re-sign TJ Watt. We were supposed to make him the highest player. First of all, I got his jersey up here, so I have somewhat of an investment in the TJ Watt storyline one. But he is worth every single penny, because if you watch the games, which is, you can't say that for every other fan base. Every other fan base, they don't pay attention to the Steelers. I won't lie, guys. It's sad, but we don't really pay attention to other teams either. And so it's hard to talk about it with other fan bases, because like they point to like these random ass stats, and like, last season TJ, he didn't really end the season well. He didn't put up any points or whatever. Like he didn't do anything at the end of last season. And while people say that, it's cool. We have seen TJ Watt do way, way, way more good than he has bad. His like bad stretches or whatever, like these things that happen, the entire team is falling apart. And when you think about it, it's like the entire team is falling apart. What else is, falling apart? Why is that happening? Let's look at TJ Watt. He has no stats at the end of the season, and we win no games at the end of the season. And so this is, maybe, they don't correlate with each other, but we can point to a lot of other metrics where when TJ plays, we win, and when he doesn't play, we lose. There's other arguments to back this up, but I'm just saying, and it's something I thought about at this moment. I'm just saying, he doesn't put up stats, we don't win. And so this is how important this guy is. Of course we re-sign him. Of course, a guy who is the all-time leader in sacks for our franchise, of course we re-sign him. It made absolutely, positively zero sense to get rid of TJ Watt outside of you're just trying to be too big brain. You're just trying to be too, I don't even want to say analytical, because I don't like when people do that to those arguments either, because like there's a lot of, what I want to say, like eye test people that don't really agree with stats, and it's more so in basketball. I'm kind of, in the middle of that. Like I think these analytical things, like they make sense, but that's the only reason why I can think of you're not trying to re-sign TJ Watt is there is like some metric, some mark that you're, when once a edge rusher hits 30, this starts to happen. Of course he's going to decline, but TJ declining is one of the best players in the league, and I'll admit it. I'll say it. This is us paying him for what he has done. This is us doing that. But to me, the Pittsburgh Steelers, you are supposed to do that for TJ Watt. You can look on the outside and think it's dumb. You can be a fan of another team and think we're dumb for re-signing TJ Watt for as much as we did, for as long as we did, which 3 years to me doesn't seem crazy. But you can think it's dumb. But this is what is supposed to happen with these kind of players. Every team should make this mistake of re-signing TJ Watt, in my opinion. This isn't like one of them ones, man. Like, this isn't a normal player. This isn't even a good player, a great player, a Pro Bowl player. No, this is one of the best players to ever play football. This is one of the best players to ever put on the black and gold. And we are supposed to let him walk for a future first round pick, maybe, or we'll re-sign, or not re-sign. We'll go get our quarterback with the TJ Watt draft pick. Fam, how about we get our quarterback with literally, and hear me out, literally anything or anybody else, not TJ Watt. You do not trade TJ Watt. He is just very vindicative to winning. He affects us in so many ways. He makes so many different kinds of plays for us. You do not trade TJ Watt under any circumstance. And there's no drama. There's no scandals. There's no, bullshit out there. The only thing I can think of is he gets mad when we lose. And we have gone through this contract thing twice, which to me, I've explained, to me, we were always going to re-sign TJ Watt. So really, the fact that we took so long, I'm on TJ's side with whatever he wants to say about the organization because of that, because it should have been a no-brainer. We should have given him a check last year. We should, no bullshit, because this is how good I feel about TJ Watt. This is how much I like TJ Watt. No bullshit. TJ Watt has a right to go to negotiations next season with us. He has the right to renegotiate his contract to me next season and get even more money next season. Assuming he's playing like TJ Watt, which playing like TJ Watt is very hard, but he has shown that he is someone who is able to do that. He is able to play at a level that other players simply cannot. And you can't let him leave. You can't fucking trade him for some future firsts or maybe the quarterback of the future, because clearly we've fucking muffled that. Are you shitting me? Like, we've gotten Aaron Rodgers, Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph, Mitch Trubisky, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields. I think that's it in the span. If I'm forgetting a quarterback through that, let me know. But we simply cannot be trusted to take a quarterback. And so if you're telling me we're going to risk TJ Watt and at the same time draft not the quarterback of the future or sign not quarterback of the future, when really we could just do that same thing without trading TJ Watt, because I don't know. I know he's really good, and I think we would get one first, but I don't think we would get like these amount of assets that people were saying out there. Like I don't think we would have gotten multiple firsts for TJ Watt. And that is simply because he is not a quarterback. I feel very highly about TJ Watt. I know he's done so much for the team, for the games. I know he's like that. And so it was even disrespectful that he had to wait as long as he did to get this re-signing. And if it's a mistake, once again, as I've talked about, if it's a mistake, then every single team in the NFL should make this mistake, because that's what you do with your good players. I shouldn't even say good, I'm sorry. That is what you do with your all-time players, because if you don't, that's how you lose them. It should not have taken this long. I will stand by that. I will stand firmly by that. It shouldn't have taken this long the last time, because think about it. Like before, he was like younger. Maybe he had like a random ticky-tack injury here and there, but like he was dominating. He was like the best player. You know what I'm saying? Like he was fucking going crazy. And so the last one shouldn't have taken long. And in this one, the only thing you could say is he's 30 years old. But to that, I say it's TJ Watt. Like it never made sense to me. And there were a large amount of people who were saying that we should trade TJ Watt. There were a large amount of people who were saying last season that we shouldn't have re-signed Cameron Hayward. And then he had one of his best seasons ever. And so you just can't listen to him. And you got to respect your really good players. You have to be an organization people want to go to. Like this is another point, is if we're just known as this team who'd be dogging our old players, which we have in the past, and like look at our wide receiver room, we'll just get rid of a player. You know what I'm saying? Like we've shown that we can be cutthroat, right? But there's certain players that you gotta kind of keep around, because you gotta keep them around. Yeah, he for sure wasn't going anywhere. Like it wasn't real, but it's just the fact of like seeing it. Like I just maybe. What do I want to say? Maybe, the internet today, just life today should have shown me that people can be, do I want to say stupid? Like, is that messed up to say? Like, people can be stupid? Like, people can be stupid. But I just didn't think people could be that stupid and thinking we should trade TJ Watt. Once again, there is a point, like, no shit, if you trade TJ Watt, you'll free up a bunch of cap space and get some picks. But if you don't get TJ Watt back, then it's like, bro, was it worth it? It's not a Pro Bowler. It's not, it's not a Madden cover player. Like he is, he is, but like it's not just like a random blip here and there. Like he is a consistently best player in the NFL, consistently best, player at his position, best player for an all-time organization like the Pittsburgh Steelers.